Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And some room to work. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. In motion left goes a tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do it real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he fakes a spike. Now look out, Rodgers. Lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
76 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Now Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that
that is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Rodgers will throw for it. And this will be caught. So the try for 2 good, and it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
$15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The slot man in motion right. On second and very short. Fields. Looking sideline, incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Fields going to keep it once more. And apparently not liking what was taking place, so he'll just tuck it and take the sack.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive, keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Up the middle, Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on you.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight-line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And it's a Packers touchdown. Alan Lazard from 17 yards out.
And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, Montgomery stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Fields now to throw.
He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Rolling to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Green Bay need to get Aaron Rodgers some help at receiver, and they did so by picking Christian Watson 34th overall. That's the earliest they've taken a receiver since 2002. Watson has some NFL bloodlines as well. His dad, Tim, was also drafted by the Packers, and you know his father's very proud watching him pick up that first down there.
He's going to air one out. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers to throw once more. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Takes it at the 7. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line.
to 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery.
Taken down at the 42. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
No question, that was needed by the defense, because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bears take over.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 26. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Fields on 1st down. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A give to Montgomery out of the gun.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Field's going to get this to Montgomery. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
7th play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down they go Montgomery. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Off play action, Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Byron Pringle from 10 yards out.
And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Jones. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
13 yards, first down, Packers. Here's a give to Jones running left.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson.
fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. Always got some breathing room. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? Well, I'm so confused, Charles. So they accepted that penalty, but that gives the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, I'm checking my ears too, Brandon, because you and I both had to have heard that wrong, right? You get the turnover, but then you decline it and put them right back out on the field with a second chance. Forget getting to the airport. Let's go to the post-game press conference and hear him explain this one.
To throw is Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Byron Pringle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it'll also stop the clock with the 2-minute warning. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now a play fake. Rodgers out to his left.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Here's Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
All eyes on Fields.
And this one is incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. Fields. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
On play action, Fields.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw it than to try.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but they're